I'm Maisy, and this is my freshman speech from the spring of 2014. 8 months ago, I came to the school excited, shy, scared, and with all of these different emotions piled inside my stomach. I was extremely insecure about myself, like a lot of others, and I was terrified to come to school, especially since the only people I knew were Jacob Lockwood and Ariel Bates. But now that I'm nearing the end of my freshman year, I'm nothing like that anymore. I've developed a variety of skills, an abundance of ideas I have for myself before and after graduating, and have been given really unique opportunities to learn. First off, I'd like to start with my academic skills. Block has taught me a lot of valuable skills, from debating to putting together a PowerPoint, but communicating with others is the most important. When I first came here, I thought I was going to have to leave because honestly, I'm not a people person. I have a hard time talking to others. I prefer working alone, and I have a hard time participating in group discussions and fear that my team will think that I have stupid ideas. After working with a lot of people, I've learned that a good chunk of us are like that. During the Coast to Coast project, I learned that even if my ideas weren't all that great, I could still share them with my team, and they could be morphed into something that could benefit the team over time. I can easily admit I'm not the best collaborator, and I have so much more to improve on, but Block has had a massive impact on how I work. My favorite class, drama, has easily been something that's thrown me out of my comfort zone and into this pile of craziness. It's taught me to work with people I don't know very well. One of the projects we did was the Improv Olympics, and I was put into this group of people I didn't know very well. We had to make up comedic stuff off the top of my head, and I'm not the funniest person. I remember we played the dating game, and I was a therapist. I sat up there in front of the class not ready to perform, but something slipped out of my mouth and people laughed. And it was just then that I realized I need to have more confidence in the things I have to say. It's also taught me to have more confidence in who I am. Yes, I fangirl over Benedict Cumberbatch. I cry when Leonardo does not get his Oscar, and I almost definitely shout and flail my arms if you're bringing up Kittens or Disneyland. Another thing I've learned this year is how to be a better artist in general. I've learned so many different techniques, from blending paints to balancing patterns. Miss Boydston is by far the best art teacher I have ever had, by opening up this entire new world for me to explore and putting up with all of my late assignments. Now that I understand art, I can understand what it symbolizes and what it means, and let that inspire me to create my own pieces. With all of these skills I've picked up, there's lots of things I'd like to accomplish before I graduate. Most students have probably thought about being an exchange student at one time or another, and I'm definitely one of them, with the way my heart yearns to delve into England's culture. Anywhere in Europe would work for me, especially France. Speaking of France, I'd like to grasp the basics of the French language by taking a course at Shasta College. I began to learn a bit, although the most impressive thing I can say is "c'est imbécile," which means "that's idiotic." Even though I take great interest in traveling and foreign places, I don't see myself making a career out of it. I'm actually all over the place in terms of what I want to spend my life doing, and there's so many ideas I have, I can't even fit 1/8 of them into this speech. The only career I've looked into, experimented with, and truly enjoyed and found passion for is cinematography. I recently became interested this year after spending time watching and studying Stanley Kubrick and his films, just for fun. I'm not sure where I'd go with this career since the interest is so recent. Cinematographers are the most important people on the set. They're the director of lights and cameras and work with the two teams to help achieve the artistic scenes that the director imagines. I'd like to attend USC Cinematic Arts and get a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film and Television Production, or attend Chico State and major in Art Studio, where I study photography and graphic design. I'd begin as an independent cinematographer, helping others produce their own films and even my own. This career would be hard to live on, especially as an independent worker, but it's the only thing I've found in my life that I truly enjoy doing. Just in case this doesn't work as a career, I have a backup plan. I'm interested in law enforcement, specifically as a homicide detective. I'm not sure where my grotesque interest in murder came from, but probably too much gameplay of LA Noire or one too many episodes of Dexter. I interviewed Reading police officer John Poletsky, who was a former crime scene investigator, to learn more about what it took to be a homicide detective. I want to graduate high school and enroll in a police academy, where I'd be trained to shoot and learn self-defense. I'd want to graduate as one of the top 10 students in my class, so I'd have a better chance of getting hired. And then I'd graduate and be hired by a police academy, where I'd spend probably the next 5 years as a patrol officer until I was promoted to homicide detective status. But once I become a detective, I might not immediately make it into homicide, so I might spend the next few years busting hookers and drug dealers in advice. I'm not the most interesting person outside of school, maybe to some people, but I've been learning bass for the past 3 years from a man named Phil Pratt, and he's the best. I've learned so many of my favorite bass lines from him, and am learning how to compose my own, even though I'm not very good at it yet. And he's a lot more than my bass instructor, and someone I look forward to seeing every week. I also love to spend my time outside of school doing art. I love to paint, to doodle, and most recently, draw pinups. But not all of my art-related ideas and passions have to be done on paper or canvas. As I mentioned before in my career choice thing, I'm interested in filming things. I'd like to start filming my own music videos, write sketches, and perform them with my friends and post them on YouTube, and also writing and filming short films. I'm extremely excited about things I've been inspired to do thanks to the school, and I'm proud of the accomplishments I've made. Here we are, 8 months into our freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior year, and I must say, we're all proud of the accomplishments we've made. New Tech is helping shape who I'm going to be when I leave. I'm a better leader and a teammate than I was 8 months ago, and I definitely have more appreciation and motivation for the things I want to do with my life than 8 months ago. The relationships I formed here have been the ones that have been created from my communication skills and my ability to express myself. New Tech has done a lot for me, and I feel more prepared to step into the real world, even though I'm not even close to being ready. There's less nerve-wracking thoughts floating around my brain, but more telling me that I have a place in this world and that I'm gonna reach it. Thank you.